Hello, I am Vaidikruti Bhavsar, and today we are going to start the first chapter of Rachana Sharir, which is Shariropkramaniya Adhyay. This is the first chapter of Rachana Sharir. According to NCISM syllabus, from this chapter, only the MCQs and the short answer questions, that is, the SAQs, are asked. No long answer questions are asked from this chapter. Okay, so no 10 marker questions will be asked. Firstly, we are going to start with the first topic, that is the definition of Sharir. To find the note of this chapter and the upcoming chapters, the lectures, you need to download the Ayurveda Studies application. From there, you can find the free PDF and the demo lecture of this chapter. And to get the access to every chapter, kindly subscribe to the channel. Let's start with the first topic, which is definition of Sharir. The word Sharir is derived from Shri Dhatu. Okay, this is what? This is the Nirukti, which is which has the meaning to deteriorate. That is to uh, spoil, or we can say it gets depleted. Okay, it reduces. Shiryate iti shariram. Shiryate hinasti atmanam iti shariram. This is the Nirukti. Okay. So, the depreciation process of the body starts from zygote up to the end of the life. Zygote is basically the union of the fertilized egg and the sperm. So, this is the first step of the life. Without zygote, the life will not start. So, the zygote converts to the end of the life by slowly depreciation process. Okay. Next, we are going to see that Shan Adi, that is Shanik Shane, every second by second, there is a revolution in the body. The metabolic process by Agni, due to the metabolic processes, there are changes in the Dhatu. Such changes are due to the metabolism in the body and are also considered as Sharir. So, this is the basic information about what exactly the Sharir is. As per Acharya Charak, here the shlok is important as it is the most important definition of word sharir. Tatra sharira nama chetna adhisthana bhutam panchamahabhuta vikara samudayatmakam sanyoga vahi. Charak Acharya has given this definition in the Sharir Sthan. The Adhishthan of Chetna, that is the Atma, along with the Panchamahabhut and the Vikar, is known as Sharir. The Sharir is Sanyogvahi. Okay? Sanyogvahi means what? Sanyogvahi means the combination. So, Tatra Shariranama Chetna Adhisthana Bhutam Panchamahabhuta Vikara Samudayatmakam Sanyogvahi. The Sharir is Sanyogvahi of what? Combination of three dosh, Vat Pitta Kaph, Saptadhatu, Ras Rakta Masmed Asti Majja Shukra, and three mal, that is the Sweda, Purisha, and Mutra, which are in the normal status. Obviously, they should be in the equilibrium. Such normal status of dosh, dhatu, and mal is called as Sharir. Understood? So, this is the basic definition if you are asked what exactly the Sharir is. Moving on towards the next second topic, which is about the Sharir. Okay, so what is Sharir? We have seen the Sharir till now. Now we are going to see Sharir. Shariram adhikrutyam kruto grantha Shariram. Now in some texts you will find tantra instead of this word grantha. Okay, so that is also correct. That is some other reference. This is the reference taken by Arundatta Tika of Ashtang Hriday Sharir Sthan. So here it is told what is Sharir. So the text Grantha or the Tantra compiled in the relation to the Sharir is known as the Sharir. Okay. The term Sharir may involve the anatomy as well as physiology. So what is the subject's name? Our subject's name is Rachana Sharir and not Rachana Sharir. Okay. Understood? Now you can easily interpret how easily the nomenclature is given by our acharyas because it is always scientific. Okay, it is not sharir, it is sharir, because sharir is what? The knowledge of sharir. So shariram sarvatha sarvam sarvada vedaya bishak ayurveda sakatsanyena katsarya anena veda loka sukha pradam. Charak Sharistan. Here, Acharya Charak specifies that the Vaidya who knows complete body with its all aspect, that is the complete Ayurvedic aspect, and provides the happiness to the lok, is the perfect kind of Vaidya. Okay, got it? Kevalam viditam yasya shariram sarvabhavat shariraha sarvarogascha sakarmasu na muhyate. Vaidya who knows all about the body, then only during the treatment of the disease, he treats it well. So basically, if the Vaidya does not know about Sharir, then he cannot treat the body well. Obviously, without knowing the anatomy, one cannot perform the surgery. And that's the fact. And that is what explained by Acharya Charak. Shariraihi cha eva shastre cha drishtartha syad sharadah दृष्टश्रुताभ्याम संदेहम वपावह्य चरत kriya. Shushruta Rajasthan. The knowledge gained by classics, that is the Tantra or the Samhita, as well as through the practicals, that is the Drushta and Shruta. Shruta means heard and seen practically, makes one a specialist. Knowledge gained by observing and listening, one do not have any doubt during the procedure. So, if one have the knowledge which is gained through observation and proper listening and thorough reading of the grantha, that is the shastra, then the knowledge is perfect and will not have any doubt while performing the surgery or any other procedure. So this is the importance of sharing. Okay, understood? If you are asked a short answer question to write the short note on Sharir, you can write easily now. Okay. So you have to basically write the Nirukti, its definition, and the importance. The important shlok are not very much important, but obviously the translation is very much important. So you need to emphasize on why knowledge of Sharir is important when you are asked such questions. Now, moving on towards our third topic of this chapter, that is Anga Pratyanga Vibhag. This is usually not asked for the SAQs. Mostly if the tough paper is asked, then only the probabilities are there of asking such questions. Otherwise, for the short answer question, it is not asked. It is only asked for the MCQs. Okay. So let's see. Here only the first line of the large shlok is taken for the reference purpose. The whole shloka you can refer from Shushruta Sharistan 35/12. Tatra anga anya adhisyaktihi bahu shirasi tad avyava pratyangana iti. Organs of 6 parts are known as pratyanga. षडंग जो है हमारे षडंग, जैसे कि हम 6 parts बोलेंगे, उसके जो organs है, that is the gatra. ठीक है, gatra. Gatra means the organs. It is known as pratyanga. According to Vagbhat, the whole sharir is known as anga, and netra, pani, pad, tvak, etc. are termed as pratyanga. So first we are going to see how many pratyanga are there and which pratyanga are how many in numbers. Specifically, let's start from the Jhanga Pindika, that is basically the thigh region. There are 2. Uru Pindika are also 2. Sphika are also 2. Vrishana are also 2 in number. Shef, that is 1 in number. Ukha is 2 in number. Ukh is basically the clavicular fossa. Then next is Vangshana. Vangshan is again 2 in number. Kukundar, that is the Marma, which is again 2 in number. Vasti Shirsha is 1 in number because obviously Basti is 1. So it's Sirsha, that is the top of the bladder, is 1 in number. Udar is again 1. Stan are 2. Bahya are 2. Bahupindika are 2 in number. Chibuka are 1 in number. That is the chin. Oshtha are 2. Shrukkani are 2. Dantaveshtak are 2 in number. Talu, that is the palate, are 1 in number. Then Graha Shundika, Galashundika, sorry, Galashundika is 1 and Upajivika is 2 in number. Next, Pratyanga is Gojivika, which is 1 in number. Ganda is 2 in number. Karna Sashkuli, that is the cochlea, are 2 in number. Karna Putrika are 2 in number. Akshikut are obviously 2 in number. Akshivartma are 4 in number. And Akshikanenika are 2 in number. Bru, that is the eyebrows, are 2 in number. Okay. And our 2, that is the nape of the neck, is 1 in number. Okay. Pani Hriday is 2 in number and Pad Hriday is 2 in number. Pani Hriday means the palm and Pad Hriday are the sole of the foot. So they are 2 in number. So in total, how many Pratyanga are there? In total, there are 59 Pratyanga. Okay, according to Acharya Shushruta, if you are asked how many Pratyanga are there are 59 Pratyanga. Okay. So this was the third topic. It is very short and sweet topic. Next topic, Sharangatva. Okay, 6 regions of the body, as I had mentioned earlier. In Ayurvedic text, the term Sharangatvam is narrated as follows. Do bahu dve sakthini sirogrivam antaradhi iti Sharangatvam. Charak Sharistan reference. What does Shushruta say in his Sharistan? Shushruta says Tatcha Sharangam Shakha Chatasro, that is the 4 Shakha, Madhyam Pancham, the 5th organ is the Madhyam, that is the middle part of the body, and Shashtam Shiram, that is the head, is the 6th portion. And Ashtang Hriday has told Shirasho Antaradhidvo Bahu Shakthinicha Samasataha Sharangatam. We will see this. Okay. It can be described as follows. So, what Acharyas has told, Bahu, that is the Urdhva Shakha, are 2 in number. Shakti or Adho Shakha are again 2 lower limbs, are 2 in number. Madhya Sharir or Antaradhni, whose some Acharyas have specified Antaradhni. Okay. So, they are how many? 1 in number. It includes trunk and thorax abdomen. Shira or Shirogriva, some Acharya has told only Shir, that is the head region, and some has included head plus neck. It is 1 in number. So which are the Sharangatvam? The Sharangatvam are Shir, Griva, Shirogriva. This is one ang. The second ang is the Madhyastha. Okay, so this is the second ang. Then 2 upper limbs and 2 lower limbs. So this is how Sharangatvam is counted. 1, 2, these are 3 in number, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay. So this is how a Sharangatvam of the body is told by Acharyas. So whenever you are asked about Sharangatvam, you can draw such short drawings to make the concept clear for the examiner. Obviously, as per modern science, it is very much accurate. Upper limb, lower limb, thorax, abdomen, head and neck, and drain with the spinal cord forms the 6 anga. Okay, 6 vital parts of the body. Next topic is Sharir Shastra Vibhag. So, basically, in this topic, we will see the names of the chapter of Sharistan in the Shushruta, because among the Sharistan, the Shushruta Sharistan is the best one. So we are going to see the overview. The Sharir includes Rachana Sharir, sorry, here it is Sharir, okay, Sharir. Sharir includes Rachana Sharir as well as the Kriya Sharir. Rachana Sharir is described in Shushruta Samhita, Sharir Sthan, which is as follows. So, These are the names of the 10 chapters which are included in the Shushruta Samhita Sharirsthan. They are Sarvabhuta Chinta Shariram, Shukra Shonita Shuddhi Shariram, Garbhavakranti Shariram, Garbha Vyakarana Shariram, Sharir Sankhya Vyakaranam, Shira Varna Abhivyakti Shariram, Pratyek Marma Nirdesha Shariram, Dhamni Vyakaran Shariram, Shira Vyadavidit Shariram, and the last one is Garbhini Vyakaran Shariram. So, this was the 10 chapters, or I can say adhyay of Shushruta Samhita Sharirsthan. And this is how Sharir is divided. That is, Sharir Shastra is divided in our Shushruta Samhita. In modern anatomy, we can see the cadaveric anatomy, living anatomy, surface anatomy, microscopic anatomy, developmental anatomy, imaging anatomy, clinical and experimental anatomy. These definitions you can find in the BD Chaurasya. Okay, BDC handbook, you can easily find the definitions and they are important as well. So you can just refer for the better understanding of the topic. Okay, so next topic, which is Sharira Jnana Prayojanam. This is an important topic. Okay. Tasminna Shanshayam Jnanam Hartra Shalyasya Vanchita Shodayitva Mrutam Samyak Drashtayo Vanga Vinishchaya Pratyakshato hi Drushtam Shastra Drushtyancha Yad Bhavet Samasta Tadubhayam Bhayo Jnana Vivardhanam. The references of Shushruta Sharirsthan. So what Acharya Shushruta has told in this shlok, Acharya says that a Vaidya of Shalya should obtain complete knowledge by dissecting a cadaver and by observing all the organ and understanding them fully. What it is said in the above shlok, that Tasminna, that is in this science which you are going to learn about the Sharir, without any doubt, if you want to know the knowledge, that is Sanshayam Jnanam Hatra Shalyasya Vanchita, in the Shalya Tantra, you want to obtain a knowledge which is undoubtful without any sanshaya, then you should Shodhayatva Mrutam. That is, you need to do the dissection of the cadaver. Mruta means the dead body. सम्यक दृष्टयो व्यंग विनिश्चय अंग विनिश्चय. ठीक है, आपको उसके हर एक ऑर्गन यू हैव टू सी एंड सी द लोकेशन एनाटॉमिकल पोजिशनिंग प्रत्यक्षतो, दैट इज बाय योर ओन आईज यू शुड see them. Drishta Shastra Drishtancha Yat Bhavet. Whatever it is written in the theoretical book, you must also see that and correlate it in the cadaver and learn from that. So now we are going to learn the method of cadaveric dissection in the Ayurvedic perspective. These are basically two different topics as per modern. If we see Mruta Shodhan and Mruta Sanrakshan. Okay, Mruta Shodhan is dissection. Mruta Sanrakshan means preservation of the cadaver or the dead body. But Acharya Shushruta has very much scientifically explained both of these topics combinedly in a very much beautiful shloka, which is most important for your first year Rachana Sharir syllabus, and you must by heart this shlok. You might find the shlok quite lengthy, but this is one of the most important shlok. I will emphasize that you must by heart. We will see the shlok one by one. First, let me just read it out for you so that it becomes easy for you to decipher when we will see the translation. Okay? So, Tasmata Samastagatram Avishopahatam Adirghavyadhipiritam Avarshashatikam Nihi Srushta Antra Purisham Purusham Avahantyanam Apagayam Nibaddham Panjarastham Munjavalkala Koshashanadi Nama Anyamena Vishtita Anga Pratyangam अप्रकाशदेशकोथयेत् सम्यक् प्रकुथितं च ओदधृत्यं ततो देहं सप्तरात्रि उशीर बाल वेणु वल्कल कुर्चा नाम अन्यमेन शनैः अवघर्षयन् स त्वग् आदीन सर्वान् एव बाह्य अभ्यन्तर अंग-प्रत्यंग विशेषान् यथोक्तान् लक्षये च चक्षुषान्. References Shushruत Sharirsthan. References are always important, okay? So keep this in mind. Never forget to mention the reference. So this is the shlok given by Acharya Shushruta Sharirsthan for the dissection and the procedure of dissection along with the preservation method. So the three stages of preservation and dissection are selection criteria, that is selection of the dead body or cadaver, preservation procedure, that is preservation of the cadaver, and the third is the dissection procedure. So this is the scientific way of learning any science. First, let's see the first topic, which is selection criteria of a dead body. So, which should be the appropriate dead body we should select for the purpose of dissection. So, such dead body having samasta gatram, all the organ. Gatra means organs, as I said earlier. But which type of organs? All the organs without any deformity. Okay? Avisha pahatam. Vish means poison. Upahat means infestation. So, avisha upahatam means should not be infested by poisoning. Death must be natural and not by poisoning. Adirgha vyadhi piditam. Dirgha, we can say chronic. Vyadhi means the diseases. Piditam. Adirgha vyadhi piditam means the death should not be caused by any chronic diseases. Avarsha shatakam. Shatak means 100. Avarsha means the age. Age should not be more than 100 years. Should not have crossed century in the layman language if you want to talk. Purusha, male body is considered as ideal. Okay. The second topic, that is the second sub point, is about preservation procedure. Now, once we have selected the body which fulfills all the above criteria, we are going to preserve that body. So, how we are going to preserve that body? Nisrushta Andhra Purisham. Clean the body internally as well as the externally. Okay, Andhra means intestine. So, remove all the fecal material present in the intestine. Then, the next step will be Munja, Valkala, Kusha, Shana, Adi. Now, Munj, Valkal, Kush, and Shan are the herbs. Adi means etc. So, such herbs should be taken. Adi नाम अन्यतमेन वेष्टित अंग प्रत्यंग. क्या करना है? वेष्टित. वेष्टित means cover. So, what we have to cover? Anga pratyanga. Each and every body part has to be covered by herbs like munja, valkala, kusha, shana, etc. And then nibaddham panjarastham. What is panjarastham? Panjarastham is cave. Okay, a cage which is made of iron. Okay, so you have to first cover the body with these herbs, and then you have to keep the body in the cage, iron cage with proper closing. Aprakasha deshe, the body should be kept in the shady vicinity. Aprakash means sunlight should not fall and people are not moving. And a river which is flowing is ideal to keep the dead body preserved. Avahantyanam apagayam saptaratri kothaye. Keep the body in the flowing river up to 7 days. 7 days is important. You must remember Saptaratri. MCQ, you might be asked. How much time should be kept the dead body in the flowing river for these 7 nights? The third and the main step, that is the dissection procedure. Ushir, Bal, Venu, Valkala, Kurcha Nama Anyatamena. Instruments prepared by hard substance of plants like Ushir, Balavenu, Valkala. Okay, Kurchu means instrument. It is a type of instrument made from such herbs, which are sharp and blunt instruments. Okay, so combination of sharp and blunt instruments should be made. And then using those instruments, what one should do? One should shanaihi avagharshayan tvaga adina. Okay. Shane means slowly, slowly, bit by bit, one layer after another. Avagharshan. Avagharshan means scraping. What scraping? We have to scrape the tvaga adin. That is the layers of the skin. Okay. There are different layers of the skin. Okay. So first we are going to remove the first layer by slowly scraping it. Further moving down the second layer, then the third layer, then the fourth layer, and so on till we reach the internal organs. Okay. Next, it is told Bahya Abhyantara Anga Pratyanga. As I told, after scraping the skin, recognize all the internal and external organs. Bahya means from external to internal we have to go. Visheshana Yathoktana Lakshayet Chakshushan. Specifically, by carrying all this common procedure, keep the detailed knowledge of anatomy in the mind. This comprehension will make perfect position in the field of science. So this is how a presentation should be when you are asked the short answer question about either the preservation procedure or dissection procedure alone or the whole Mrita Sharir Shanshodhan Evam Sanrakshan. So always read the question twice. If you are asked only Shanshodhan, then just describe the Shodhan part and not the preservation part. And if you are asked about preservation part, then you can avoid the Shanshodhan part, or you can just explain the other part in very short few lines. Okay. For example, if you're asked about Sanrakshan, then you will explain the Ayurvedic perspective of Sanrakshan and modern part of Sanrakshan. Along with that, you can write the Mrut Shodhan Vidhi in very brief. So this is how you cover each and every important topics. Okay. Now we are going to see the modern part about the preservation. So first we will see the brief that as per the modern, the 4 steps are there. First step is obviously the common, receiving a cadaver. Second is preservation. Third is dissection. And the fourth is cremation. As per the ethics, we need to cremate the cadaver after dissection. So, in the preservation, it is done by inserting the tube into large artery of the body, washing out the blood and infusing the mixture of formalin, industrial alcohol, phenol with the glycerin. We will see this in detail further. Okay, so these are the 4 steps as per the model. What is the clinical importance of the dead body dissection? So, after doing the dead body dissection, one can auscultate, palpate, percuss the different organs and assume them during the clinical examination. Radiographically, USG, one can know the internal organ during the clinical practice. Okay. So if you have seen that where exactly the spleen is located, where exactly the liver is located, when you are doing the radiography, that is X-ray or anything, or USG, you come to know that, okay, I have to keep the scope above this area because here my spleen is located. If I want to see the liver, I will keep the scope here so that I can easily see the liver. So this is how it is important to know or to learn the cadaveric dissection. Let's see the modern concept of preservation and dissection in detail. The unclaimed dead body first has to be claimed and collected from the concerned authority. Make it clean with any antiseptic solution once or twice. Then inject the formaldehyde, which is 40% solution. Remember this percentage, okay? So we have to inject the formaldehyde 40% solution with the other chemicals, which we had seen above, that is alcohol and etc. and glycerine with high pressure through right or left common carotid artery. Remember which artery? Common carotid artery in the cervical region. Or inject the solution in the right or left femoral artery. Okay. So these are the two arteries, common carotid and femoral, in the femoral triangle with different direction of the needle. Now for the MCQ point of view, I had highlighted these points. You need to remember them. Okay. And practically 5 to 10 liter of the solution is needed to inject the body. And after complete injection of the solution, body becomes bulgy and hard to touch. Solution will come out through the nostrils, ears and oral cavity. Close the injected areas by putting sutures accurately and keep the body in the water tank containing 10% formaldehyde solution. How much? 10%. Okay, earlier we had used the 40% solution to inject inside the body, and now we are using the 10% formaldehyde to store the body. And now the body is ready for the dissection. So what solutions, which solutions we require for the dissection on preservation? Sorry. First is formaldehyde, 5 to 10 liter, water 5 to 10 liter, glycerin 50 to 100 milliliters, and acetic acid 5 to 10 ml. Instruments like scalpel with the blade, forceps, plain and tooth both, scissors, small, medium size, bone cutters, brain cutting knife, and lens and the gloves. Okay, so this was all about the first chapter. To get the PDF of this chapter, kindly download the Ayurved Studies application. Thank you. This was by the Kruti. Thank you all.